Hi everyone, Nikki here, Smurfy161. Oops, no, that'd be too close. That'd be, yeah, that'd do. Sorry about that, me just fiddling as usual with the camera. So, yeah, I don't think I did a video last week, I'm not too sure. I know I did one with a small yarn haul that a friend gave me. And I haven't touched that, obviously I've got too many other things going on. But I have got things in mind for it, so that's something. The chunky wool she gave me, so I'm just going to take my cardi off. The lounge is warmer than the front rooms, even though this, I have window at the front and back, but because this gets the sun so much, it's just got a bit warmer in here, so I thought I'd just take that off. I could feel myself getting quite hot then. Yeah, so I do have plans for that wool. The chunkier wool that she gave me, I'm going to probably make some of those slouchy beanie sort of hats with the pom-pom on. And then the cotton yarn, because I've never worked with cotton, it'll probably be another virus shawl, because at least I know how, I know that pattern. So if I'm not using a wool I'm not sure of, I'd rather use it on a pattern that I know. So yeah, so that's that sort of thing. Yeah, it's been a couple of weeks because I've been, the 5th of June I had like my Stampin' Up class with some friends in the evening, and that's so much fun. We laughed so much, it was really good, just what the doctor ordered, because I've been suffering with migraines, so I've been a bit off colour, that's why I've got no makeup on and stuff like that. I just want to give myself a bit of a break. And I'm a bit weary because this morning, first of all, the postie woke me. We have different posties, but one of the posties, I'm sure he deliberately tries to put something through the letterbox as noisy as possible and see how far he can shove it through the letterbox and through into the home. So yeah, he's quite noisy, always wakes me. And then just as I thought, oh, I'll nod back off for a bit, the phone went, and it was my oxygen man, and he said, oh, I'll be coming any time from now to 10 o'clock. So I thought, oh, better get out of bed. So it's been a bit of a shock to my system today. Normally my carer's here in the morning, but she actually didn't stay last night. She was just on call, so she wasn't here, otherwise she could have dealt with it all. Yeah, I got my usual notes. Oh, and I'm still waiting on appointments. They are just still waiting for the one for my filling, because really having trouble. I know all hospitals are like it, like, oh, we don't want you, you don't really live in our area, and because of your health you're a bit awkward. So I'm waiting to hear from Bournemouth Hospital about my tooth, so hopefully I shouldn't have to wait too long for that, I hope. It's not giving me too much jit, but every now and then I just catch it, so I'll be glad when it's done. Still waiting on the neuro appointments. It's just waiting, just constantly waiting, but as soon as it's all done I know I can sit back and relax. And I'm also waiting for another appointment to do with some girly stuff, so yeah, it's going to be busy. So I'll be glad once all those things are done, or the ball's got rolling. And I also want to say, yeah, again, poor London is really suffering. We've had like Manchester, couple of things in London, and I think I've just read on Facebook that somebody's gone round with a knife. Touch wood, nobody's been hurt yet, so that's something, but it just seems to be one thing after another. So yeah, I just want to say my thoughts are with anybody that's been affected by Manchester or London. You know, my thoughts are really with you. It's just horrible, it's just not nice. And I know it's only the odd few and stuff like that, but you know, and I don't always take somebody as an individual, so I don't care if you're pink with green spots, you know, as long as you're pleasant, I'm pleasant back, you know. I'm one of those people. I don't judge, and that's how me and my brother have been brought up. So yeah, I just think, I know us Brits will stand together and we'll get through it. So I'm not going to dwell on that because I don't want to give those people that are trying to wreck things any more info or any more, you know, I don't know. So before I forget, in one of my videos, Ali Cousins, she asked to see how my tapestry was coming on because I've done a little bit to it. So here you are, Ali. I'm actually showing you an update. I haven't done anything on it for a little while. So I'm slowly getting like the yellow done. So it's slowly getting there. And as I keep saying, as it's for me, I'm not stressing about how quick it gets done. So it's, I think they're little blue tits, and it's called Floral Railings. It's an anchor one. I always get the anchor ones, but this will be the last one I ever do because my hands just aren't up to it anymore. So once it's done, I will get it framed and find somewhere to put it in my home. So there you are, Ali. Actually, if I get the packaging, let me just get, sorry, it's going to be a bit of rustling here. I can actually show you the picture a bit better, hopefully. So that's what it'll eventually end up like. I'm not sure if it's got the size on here. Oh yes, it has. It's 50 by 35 centimetres or 19.5 by 13.25 inches. So it says skill level the max, but Tapestry, I find this because it's like basically colouring in with thread. I haven't got to worry about French knots or anything like that. So that is slowly coming on. I might do a bit of that over the weekend. And my virus shawl's coming on. I'm on the second ball of my drops. So I've done one round with the second ball. So I think this is going to come out quite big. So yeah, it's coming along. So I'm slowly doing that every now and then when I go to mum and dad's or, like I said, craft club. So it's not something I'm working on all the time. It's just something I like to pick up because it's just easy just to grab that and go. The blanket, I'm on the third section of the 15s because I said it's a 15 colour row repeats. I'm on the third section and I've done, where are we? I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. So that's 12 rows in total because you do 2 rows of each colour, and I'm just about to go on to vintage peach, so I'll work on that tonight because I don't have to think too much. So that is coming along really well, and it's been quite handy because when we had that horrible weather it was nice to have on my lap to do. Today's a bit warmer, and like I said, the lounge is always really warmy, which is great in the winter. It's a much warmer room. Yeah, so the sun's out, but it's one of those days, like I said, if I'm in the other front rooms, because I've got a great big tree out the front, it takes a bit of the sunlight, so it can be a bit cooler, which is great if it's a really roasting day, but I think these migraines and stuff I've been having have just made me feel a bit cold and a bit off colour, so yeah, I can tell I need another painkiller. I didn't have one this morning, but I can tell I'm due for one. So I'll probably have one of those and a little nap. See if I can charge the batteries up. Not sure what's going on for the weekend. It's Father's Day in the UK on Sunday, so I don't know if that's worldwide. So hope to see my dad and have a bit of time with him. Mum's having her eyes done today, bless her. So she's having some treatment on that. So I doubt I'll see her tomorrow, but one of my carers is on call, so that's fine, and I'll probably have a friend pop in or something, so that'll take up some of the day. Yeah, so it might be a bit of a quiet weekend, which won't be a bad thing. Yeah, so I think that's about all I've got to say, otherwise I'm going to just keep going on. Yeah, so it's not been too bad. I hope everybody's well. I've been catching up on watching my YouTube videos and stuff and loving all these hearts people are doing, so that's really sweet. Karen Hales, she's made some hearts for London, and Grace, who is GB Maltese. Bless her, she's made a lovely twiddle mitt. So obviously it's not just a UK thing, it seems to be America as well. Make these twiddle mitts for people with dementia. My family nickname it old timers. I don't know if anybody else does. We don't mean that in a nasty way because my grandma had dementia, unfortunately. So I don't mean it in a nasty way at all. So I think that's really great. I've been watching Sian from Sian's Crafty Corner. So yeah, and of course Jan Carruthers. Yes, I've been really catching up on my crochet as well as my paper crafting videos. So it's helped pass the time, especially when I've not been great. So I really don't think I've got any more to say. So I'm going to say goodbye and I will see you all next week somewhere. Take care. Bye.